The sound of this doorbell is heavenly music to Yalenka Diaz's ears. That's because on the other side of this door is Lourdes Banggot, an angel who's come to give Diaz, a breast cancer sufferer, a much-needed break from her kids.
When you're going through treatment, you get tired, you get sick, and you don't have the energy to play with the kids, and you know, you have to clean, you have to do laundry and take them to the park or whatever, and you just can't do it. But there they are to help.
Lourdes Banggot is a nanny angel who works for an Ontario-based organization called the Nanny Angel Network. In addition to her full-time job, several hours a week, every week, Lourdes volunteers with mothers battling or recovering from breast cancer.
They've got their
Audrey Guth is founder of the network.
The program had 3 primary goals. Firstly, to provide the relief care for the moms with breast cancer. Secondly, to give nannies an opportunity to learn breast self-awareness and breast health and have the opportunity to save lives. And thirdly, to be able to raise the professional image of the nanny in the community.
After receiving her breast cancer diagnosis, she says she was gripped by one emotion.
The fear that overtakes you when you get this diagnosis is really paralyzing. The only thing you can think of is, am I going to die?
This is about the Nanny Angel Network.
As the director of a nanny agency, Guth says she was fortunate enough to have a nanny who helped organize her life and support her family. But one day, while waiting for treatment at the hospital, she noticed that some mothers, left with no alternative, were bringing their children to chemo and radiation therapy.
I thought to myself, wouldn't it be fabulous if I put together these amazing nannies that we have with these moms who so desperately need just a few minutes of a break.
With funding from Rethink Breast Cancer, a charity which promotes education and research, and by partnering with a Vancouver-based nanny agency, the network began in 2009. But what makes this program unique is that it doesn't cost families a dime. Nannies volunteer their time. Guth is quick to point out, however, that angels are not housekeepers. They have a sole purpose.
Nanny angels are there to entertain and engage the children so the moms can have a break.
Any family can request an angel, but to make sure they're matched with the right one, there are some preliminary questions.
We will ask you some questions about your diagnosis, your physician, what treatment you're having, how many children you're having, what your children know about your diagnosis, and go over basic information about the program, what the nannies can and can't do.
Though most of the nannies come from Guth's agency, some are volunteers eager to make a difference after hearing about the program. But not everyone can be an angel.
They must have 1 year of professional experience working with children, first aid and CPR training, police clearances.
Guth also provides breast cancer education and training because many of the nannies come from countries where few women are diagnosed with breast cancer.
They're receiving training in terms of the medical implications of breast cancer, what they're going to see. They're going to learn about how to speak to these children, what to say and not to say.
On average, 445 Canadian women learn they have breast cancer every week. That's more than 23,000 new cases this year alone. More than 5,000 will lose their battle. And while the bulk of breast cancer patients are women over 60, younger women aren't immune. For 30-something-year-old Yalenka Diaz, April 2008 was the beginning of a chapter in her life she never saw coming.
I had just finished breastfeeding when this happened, and I had nothing. I knew nothing about it as well, so it was shocking.
But that shock, she says, quickly morphed into an overwhelming desire to take matters into her own hands.
And I just looked at my kids and I started thinking, I cannot leave them. I'm not gonna die. This is not gonna happen. And since that moment, I sort of prepare a plan, a fighting plan. And every day I would get up in the morning and I'm like, fight, 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 fight. And I was like feeling so sick and I'm like, fight, I don't care, I'm gonna fight.
Would you like some stickers?
She immediately started calling hospitals and organizations to find out what help was available for mothers with small children who can't afford nannies. The answer, she says, was surprising.
And they said no, and they didn't know anyone. And I talked to everyone, and there was nothing.
With help from her family and in-laws, she was able to hire a nanny for the worst part of the treatment. But with only one paycheck coming in, they let her go.
I lost my hair, the eyebrows, eyelashes. I look at myself in the mirror, and I was green. And then my daughter, it's like, Mommy, I want breakfast, or she's hitting me or something. And it's like, how? Please, God, help me.
Those prayers were answered a year later when a friend told her about the network. Since her diagnosis, faith has played an increasingly important role in her life, says Diaz. At a time when she seemed to be drowning, she says she found an anchor in God.
I pray for help, and I know that He hears me, and my prayers are heard. We need to believe that there is someone taking care of us, who loves us, and that if He has put us in whatever situation we're in for a reason, and we need to trust that things will be okay.
For Banggot, who has 2 children in the Philippines, helping women like Diaz provides an opportunity to share her faith and give back.
You know, being a nanny angel makes a lot of sense. It's not only satisfying, but it connects you to your community. It's like giving something back to your community.
Thanks to the network, she's learning just how close to home breast cancer can hit and helping spread the word in her community.
Breast cancer in the Philippines is not that rampant. So when I joined this organization, we were taught on how to be aware of these breast educations. It's good because there's 2 nanny angels who have found that they have these lumps in their breasts. And without this organization, then it would have gotten worse.
Not everyone has the time to be an angel, but for Diaz, any kindness is a gift.
I have found a lot of support from my neighbors, and you need to consider like the person's position that she's not she's alone, but if you offer help, you could do so much.
I'm putting myself into your situation. I've got 2 kids, so what if it happens to me, you know?
Right.
So, oh my God, are there people who's gonna help me too?
Of course.
You know?
I'll be the first one.
Yeah,
I'll be the first one there helping you.
At this stage, Diaz considers herself cancer-free, although she'll be undergoing 1 more reconstructive surgery. But she has faith that the nanny angels will be there every step of the way and plans to pay it forward.
I think it's a miracle that this has happened, that this has been created. And I hope that we could help to try to expand it, not just to breast cancer patients, but other cancer patients with small children.
You'll have to come to an orientation. And
Back at the Nanny Angel Network's head office, Audrey Guth says that's precisely the plan.
I'd love to be able to provide this service to every single mom who is ill and is fighting for her life, or fighting an illness that is debilitating, or emotionally and physically, because it's something that everybody needs when you're going through this. It shouldn't be just for moms with breast cancer. So we're working on that.
Currently, Nanny Angels are only spreading their wings in Vancouver and the greater Toronto area. But if you're in the city of Calgary or Ottawa, look out for them by the end of the year. To find out more information about the Nanny Angel Network, visit 100huntley.com. In Toronto, Ontario, Bridget, 100 Huntley Street.
Okay, where's the other one?